Hello and welcome to a new Manu Podcast. This is some sort of podcast where I talk about some arguments, and every time I come up with something different, and hopefully I can spark some different kind of new perspective and make you think about something. So every time I come up with a new argument to sort of go through, and I do it in hopefully sometimes 10 minutes or so. Let's see how it goes. And today, since I every time I pick some sort of argument, today I decided to go and continue with the scams. And this time it's time to go through the scams that belongs to us, to the younger generations, the scams that we can easily fall through. You can already see something in the the video, and we're gonna go through it, but let me try to introduce you. So as you can see, how does that scam works? In order to succeed, the person that wants to scam you has to go through your weaknesses. With another person, the typical weakness is his doesn't know how technology works, so he can do it through a PC. But we are a little bit we're much better with in handling new devices. So what's our weakness? The weakness is that we want to get rich fast. We cannot be patient about that. So if someone comes in and says, I can make you rich, there are a lot of us are gonna fall for it like on the spot immediately. If they could sell their souls, as you will see actually in one of the videos that I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna go through one of these people. Now I have to pay a lot of attention here because it's not really officially a scam. So I'm gonna say that this is more of it really looks from the perspective of the people that have been targeted, or some people that came out. You can totally say that it is a scam. If nothing, sometimes they actually say more than that, but what I'm gonna go through is a video that a typical scammer would have. Okay, and I'm not saying that this guy is a scammer, but I'm saying that if a scammer wanted to target younger generation, try to get as much money as they could from them, they will do this. So let me just start playing for a few seconds, okay? Then I'll try to go through very fast because I'm not really interested. And I'm gonna switch the microphone to the PC.
I want to share with you exactly how I retired at the age of 27. How I did it.
You see, I'm 32 right now, and this guy is already retired from what he's saying. So I'm already feeling, what the fuck, why is this guy retired? So that's the hook, or at least one of the hooks. Like, I was a poor guy like you, and look at me right now. Let's go for a little bit more.
And maybe how you could do it as well. You see, I started very...
Maybe how you can do as well. Like, there is the possibility that you can become as successful as him. Also, look at the images. He's in a very nice suit. He has a very fancy car in the background. That's very important. Image is as important as the message, and is as important as how you phrase it. So notice how this guy talks and how the IT guy talks. The IT guy for the old people scam doesn't really care to put too much authority, because it just says, I know about PC. This guy has to put a lot of effort in the authority that he puts in there.
Very early at a young age.
Early and a young age, younger than you, that you're watching this video.
The path of entrepreneurship. I started my first business when I was in high school.
In high school, meaning you are already late. Feel ashamed and guilty. Guilty is very important actually in this kind of scam. You have to feel guilty that you're still not successful. Because why? Because you have to feel desperate to become successful and then give money to them.
Just with a couple of buddies mowing lawns for people in our neighborhoods. That's my very first business.
And also it started simple. Why are you making so many ideas? Start simple, right? Guilty. And let me try to jump. The first 5 years I didn't take a day off, single day off. Feel ashamed. That's how I did it. It's simply the skills. It's simply the skill to use words to sell. That's it. It's very easy. What you have to know is noticing and identify trends, blah blah, software, all these things, blah blah blah. This is dumb.
Like this hard and made all that sacrifices for this? Like, come on.
Okay. You have to feel ashamed. So obviously he's talking about you, that you're making sacrifices and it's not working well. It's important that it has to make you push for something.
Gotta understand, when you're entrepreneur, I was going like this every day, go. Suddenly when you have nothing to do, when you cash out.
So look at the body language. It's very expressive. He's trying to be as convincing what he's saying. It's very important, because if it shows that there is any sort of uncertainty and feeling of guilt on himself to try to trick you, it's gonna come out. You're gonna perceive that and you're gonna not fall for it. It's very important that this sales person has erased all of that.
When you have investments, you're like, okay, I guess. What else do you do? Right? After 30 days of that, I was sick and tired of it. I'm like, this is the dumbest thing ever.
So, talking about his experience and the fact that it took an opportunity. So, it was more about him in this case.
So the second month, I did something different. I actually thought, you know what? I'm gonna watch some movies. So at the time, I rented a lot of movies. A lot. I was watching 6-7 movies, the DVDs.
I know what is going on.
You start your business coming from a place of strength, coming from a place of abundance, coming from
Random
a place
words.
of something that you want. What do you want to create? Build it around your strength. Build it around your passion. Because now money is not an issue. You're not just going to make money. What could you do? How could you use all the skills that you've accumulated, you've developed, all the business acumen, all the knowledge that you have? How can you use that to build something great? And I thought,
build something
that
great.
I could do. So that's my story. That's how I retired at the age of 27.
We didn't hear much of it, right?
I don't know where you're at in your journey. Maybe you want to retire young. Maybe you want to retire at the age of 45.
Who doesn't want to retire young? Right?
55, 65. I don't know where you're at. But what I do know is it's possible. And what I also do know is
it's very important. Put the idea inside your head. This is possible.
Once you get there, there's always another step. There's always another level.
Always another step, another level. What is the another level? Very simple.
So don't wait. Don't feel like you have to get to a point where, hey, you know what? I'm going to spend my whole life doing stuff that I hate so I could get to a point where finally I could do some stuff that I love. No.
And here's the final. Where is he getting at? Connect with me at download.social. So he's not saying it directly, but if you start to click stuff, you understand how you can learn more and get more skills. And you have to pay for that. In order to understand how you can become better entrepreneur, you have to pay money. And and if you start doing so, you're even gonna pay even more money. So how do I know that? I didn't try, I don't care. Actually, how did I get to know about this guy is through another video. Here I wanted to show you one of them, and basically how it acts. Now, this kind of acting is very similar to a scammer, and we actually sort of think about this as if were to be a scammer. Fortunately, like, the thing is, it's never been said anything that there are no charges, no suing, I think. So I'm not gonna say that he's a scammer, but a scammer would totally act like him. So we will try to, in particular, a scammer for you, desperate person that want to retire young, become rich in like in a moment. Just follow what he did. Just, he did it. You can do it. It's possible. But how is possible? You have to go to the next level, which is go to the page and start paying money to him. And it's not that gonna be that much money. You say $145 for a book. It's a lot. Yes, but compared to what he's gonna ask you afterwards, is not that much. So how do I know the rest? So then how do I know the rest? It comes from another video, which is this one, Unmasking the Cult of Dan Lok. So I'm not gonna go through all of it. It's like 1 hour, and you definitely don't have 1 hour, and I don't have 1 hour, and I don't want to make a 1 hour video. So I'm gonna go through the first 2 minutes, and we are gonna see what is this video about. Basically, is this CoffeeZilla is an amazing content creator on YouTube, and he basically tried to unmask all these gurus. Let's put it in this way. And one of them was in fact Dan Lok. So I'm not saying that Dan Lok doesn't provide stuff. I will go through a little bit more in the conclusions. I'm not saying anything right now. I'm gonna go through the conclusions because I have to pay attention to this. But listening to what one of these testimonials, so if you start paying stuff for him, you eventually gonna become a student of Dan Lok, in this case of this guy. And if you become a student of one of these gurus, one of these things, you're gonna end up to pay a lot of money without getting anything out of it. Like, from some point of view, this is a scam. Like, the person basically was your savior. Just try to remember about the other video. There is the figure of the savior that is gonna save you from your situation in which you're poor, and is gonna be like, pay me, I'm gonna make you become rich, understand how to become rich. And you're gonna pay him, this guy. And the more you pay him, the more you are gonna be poor, the more he's gonna be richer. And then he's more be like, look, I'm rich, I'm making it. You are not. How are you not making it? Wait, pay me more, and I'm gonna tell you. And you're gonna be even more desperate. I know it sounds dumb, but that's exactly how this thing work. And that's what is, I guess, the loophole is, because these people are sort of falling for it voluntarily because they are hooked on the dream. And I'm gonna go through all the at the end of the video. So let me go through this 2 minutes video about one of these testimonials and saying what was his experience, which it will turn out, if you think about it, is totally got scammed. So that's why I took Dan Lok video as, pick it to show a scam, even though officially it's not a scam. But it is, from this perspective, it's totally working like a scam.
Now, before you leave,
this is the student.
Am I just your Sifu for 7?
So he's explaining how one of these lessons between him and the guy, let's say the guru guy or the scammer guy, depends how you see it. And probably the guru guy, scammer guy, asked him this.
weeks, or am I your Sifu for a lifetime? Of course, Sifu. Yeah.
So on the left you have the student, the testimonial. On the right you have CoffeeZilla.
I'm devoted, you know, like. And he's like, you know.
Still not bad. It's still not
Everybody
bad.
was under this impression that we were destined for greatness. You
Joe, you're
asshole!
poor.
Not one
The feel of guilt.
fucking sale made. We're all just kids. We're throwing off the graduation hats, and he just says, "All right, bitches, you want more lessons? You really want a job? Open that fucking wallet. Give me that $2,000. You already gave me $3,000. Give me more, fucking idiots. Keep it."
Wait, what? He said that kiss money?
Yeah, kiss it, touch it. No, he's like, love money, y'all. So, shame on me. I had fights with my family members.
And that's obviously the bad part. This is worse than old people scams, because since you're young you can actually and you're following the dream, they have to ask you for your faith, and you're gonna be able to do more stuff than an old person. And yeah, that's not fun at all.
They were telling me, dude, this sounds like some cult shit. And I'm like,
Really?
no. You see, that's your lower mindset saying that. He said, I want you to imagine that you're standing on the edge of the cliff. Sifu appears over your shoulder, and he says, I want you to jump. How many of you would jump? They're waving their credit cards like they don't even know what the fuck they're buying. People I know that are in debt, people that I know who are starving, who haven't found jobs, and they're running to that table. One of these guys I knew that was struggling, he handed his credit card over to Dan Locke's lackeys, and he said, I'm praying that this goes through. And it didn't. It got declined. And he just melted on the floor. He was crying. And then another guy was like, I got declined too. He's like, man, if I could sell my soul right now, I would.
Is Dan Locke a cult? Yes or no? Is High Ticket Closer a cult? Yes or no?
Yes.
So I'm not really interested in the cold thing. What I'm more interested in is looking at this thing more like a scam. And you can totally see the figure of the, as I said, yeah, in the last video with scam of old people, you can see this person as your savior, and he's gonna solve your problem. Hey, you have to pay money for that, and as you can see, it's a lot of money, and every time it's gonna be worse. It's gonna be he's gonna ask you for more, and you already give it a lot, so you're gonna be like, well, he's asking for just a little bit more. And so if $145 for a book it's not much, it's a lot, believe me, if you're gonna be willing to pay for that, then you're gonna start willing to pay even more, because you think that your dream is gonna be very more. And also notice that at some point, and he said it there, that he couldn't tell, all his family was telling him that was bad.
Card over to Dan Locke's lackeys, and he said, I'm his credit table. People that I know who are like they don't even know that. He said, I want you to imagine. They were telling me, dude, kiss it, touch it. No, he's like, love
And that's the part.
money,
Give me a
y'all.
second.
So, shame on me. I
This is the part.
had fights with my family members. They were telling me, dude, this sounds like some cult shit. And I'm like,
Really?
No. You see, that's your lower mindset saying that. He said, I want you to imagine that you're.
So also I want to see you the parallels between the scam that I told you last time. So the IT scammer to old people doesn't want the old person to tell others because they're obviously gonna tell him that's a scam, and that's why he's gonna come up with some stories of your hacker. In that case, there is a hacker on UPC. It's your neighbor, it can be your son, it can be anyone. So don't talk about this because the hacker is gonna act and steal your money. In this case it's different, but you can see the parallels. They still don't want you to believe others, or they probably prefer you to not really talk with others, because they know that actually in that case you're probably gonna talk with others, but the way they do for you to not notice that you are part of the scam, they tell you the lie, and the lie is that other people cannot understand you, which is what, as a young generation, we totally fall for that. Like, we totally think we are the best and everything, and if someone comes in and tell you, yes, you are the best, all the people around you are just taking you down, don't listen to them, you're doing the right thing, the right path. And if you start talking about the situation with others, obviously these other people will understand that, okay, you're being scammed. And in this case, you could totally say that this guy was scammed of a lot of his money, and then this person has to find a way. In the IT scam, the way was do not talk with others or think that they're all against you. In this case, yeah, just think already that everyone is against you, and they will try to take you down with the lower level mentality in this case. And the other, the IT scam, everyone is a hacker. And please just see the parallels that I'm trying to underline all the times. So conclusions. Conclusion is that, well, this guy lost $2,000, paid $2,006 to this other guy, this scam guy, guru guy, maybe scammer, who knows. So the thing is that I really have to pay attention to call people scammers, in particular if they are, how could I say, there is nothing, no suing of some part of things like that. They are suing, obviously, he said in interview, but nothing has been said, so I have to pay attention. So I'm not calling this guy a scammer. I'm saying that a scammer will totally do what he's doing, and the videos that a scammer would ever publish, this kind of scammer would ever publish, will totally look like this. But I'm not saying that this guy is a scammer. I'm referring to Dunlock. Then about the this guy, I'm feel very sorry. I hope that I can raise a little bit more of awareness also for us, young generation. We think we know everything. We are gonna be used by people that will make us think that we are better than others in the end. So that's not a very good attitude to have. So then there is a couple of things about this guru guy. You can see in his body language that in some way he believes in what he's doing, but he knows that, you know, he's just taking money out of people. So the thing is, how the truth is that he's probably somehow there is a part of him which is believing what he's doing. And why? Because he probably can see few people somehow succeeding, but the problem is that they're succeeding in the environment that he created. And I mean, before or later it's gonna all go down, because these sort of things are not really gonna be taken lightly. I mean, people are gonna start talking about it, as I'm doing, and the more awareness there is chance for these guys there is to come out. So that's what I wanted to go through, is that from some point of view you can see that some people might actually get better at what they're doing thanks to the guru lessons. Doesn't remove the fact or cancel the fact that the huge majority are actually paying a lot of money to get nothing out of it. So that's the thing, okay? So that's what I wanted to talk about. So I went through or I tried to describe how a young or a scam for younger people like me and like you that you're watching would look like. And it's all about you're poor, damn it. You can become rich just pay me, I'm gonna make you rich. That's how it works, and a lot of people fall for that, of our generation. Older people do not, because they're already retired. Why would they care? And you can totally see how these two scams sort of work. The old people just use technology, younger people just use the thing that they don't have, which is money. I mean, they're young, that's why they don't have money. It needs time to create your wealth. And hopefully now you're a little bit aware. I hope that I made you spark or make you think about things in a different way, because I try to compare these two things, which are very different in the same way. Also, I'm probably gonna do another scam video, but this is gonna be a more higher perspective on some things that are happening. Like, I already showed you the Kitboga video. You can totally make the argument that Kitboga is a scammer for scammers, because it's taking away something out of them, and which they don't want. So you can see that how I'm gonna try to play a little bit around the concept of what is a scam, the savior. I'm not gonna go through it again. So hopefully you're gonna have a very amazing day or night, it depends when you're watching, and have a wonderful week. If you want to subscribe, put a like if you want, otherwise it's okay. Put a comment. I'm gonna probably have a look, put a like, write something, and yeah, see you next time. Bye.